Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
When you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time, next to you.
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is Network News for Tuesday, April 25, 2023. In the headlines, Godfrey Simon pleads guilty to non-capital murder of his former lover, Sharon Williams. Opposition leader Dr. Keith Mitchell says he's still waiting for his namesake's apology. Spice Mass Corporation calls on stakeholders to contribute to Spice Mass as everyone benefits from this multi-million-dollar festival. Regionally, Harry Belafonte, singer, actor and activist, dies at the age of 96. Internationally, former U.S. President Donald Trump faces E. Jean Carroll's rape suit amid several possible legal troubles. Plus, in the sports news, Grenada fails to secure win in the 2023 Alba Games underway in Venezuela. Hello everyone, I'm Kenroy, Baptiste here at Television Center at the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Details right after this.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Thanks for joining us. It's full speed ahead for Spice Mass preparations. While carnival lovers are looking to enjoy the fun and frolic, businesses are looking for an economic boost. Touting the win-win situation, Spice Mass Corporation is calling on the business community to step forward and make its contribution.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, Alva Brown, is reminding all stakeholders that Spice Mass is a multi-million-dollar industry, as he called on the business community and all creatives to step up and make their contribution.
It brings together stakeholders in a collaborative effort that creates a tremendous amount of economic activity that trickles down to every aspect of Grenadian life. At this stage, we have no choice but to ensure that we get it right.
He said government will provide the necessary resources needed to ensure that Spice Mass remains a grand festival. Chief Executive Officer of the SMC, Cecil Noel, echoed that appeal for stakeholders to invest in the Spice Mass product.
We need you, the stakeholders, to get involved, especially the business community, potential sponsors. As benefits, especially the financial returns, are plentiful during Spice Mass.
The Grenada Tourism Authority continues to do its part in marketing the destination as a premier tourist destination. Spice Mass is one of the attractions promoted. Chief Operating Officer of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Mrs. Kul Hoshtialik, said reports from the overseas market indicate a definite buzz for Spice Mass. She disclosed additional flights expected for Spice Mass 2023.
From August 7th to September the 1st, JetBlue will operate a second daily direct flight from New York, departing JFK at 9:50 p.m. So that's going to be arriving in Grenada at 2:47, so it's going to be a red-eye flight. Caribbean Airlines will operate 2 direct flights from JFK, one on August the 8th and one on August the 11th. And Caribbean Airlines, again, they are going to be supporting and providing or operating 2 direct flights from Toronto Pearson International Airport on this August 7th and 8th.
Mrs. Hoshtialik said that an exit survey will be conducted on the completion of Spice Mass.
The survey will go for over a 20-day period. The survey will provide us with not only qualitative but quantitative data, which will drive decision-making and planning going forward.
The theme chosen for Spice Mass 2023 is The Evolution, which places emphasis on traditional mass. Cherry Blackman-Stephen, GBN News.
Meanwhile, Chief Executive Officer of Spice Mass Corporation, Cecil Noel, had some words of advice for carnival lovers, especially those with serious responsibilities. He's appealing to parents and guardians to ensure their children are safe throughout the carnival season.
We're inviting you out to the shows. Come out, support. But in so doing, please manage your finances wisely. It is extremely important. For those parents, and we know that is something that happened, a lot of the parents will be attending. We're asking you to ensure that your children are left in safekeeping. Too often we hear of those sad stories which we don't want to be associated with Spice Mass or nowhere at all. We are asking as a people that we see the need to dress more modestly.
The SMC CEO is also appealing to the public to drink responsibly, bearing in mind the increase in vehicular accidents and fatalities recorded in recent months.
And we ask you, please, don't drive under the influence of alcohol. We have seen the rapid increase in the number of accidents, many of which are fatal on the road. Carnival is a time to express our culture. It is not a time when we want to be expressing it, having to go to the church or to hospital. So we're asking you to be mindful of that. And we ask you as well, for those of you, as we seek to work along with the church communities, to honor your spiritual responsibilities, to send out a message to help our people to do what is necessary for this our activity to be one that we truly enjoy.
Artists are being encouraged to ensure their lyrics are clean and uplifting. Mr. Noel is reminding all to be mindful that there is life after Carnival. Well, opposition leader Dr. Keith Mitchell is calling for an apology from Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, who has alluded to there being a cabinet conclusion to support his claims that money from the sale of the diplomatic passport was diverted to the NMP party office just before the 2023 general elections. Nisha Paul has the rest of the details.
The Prime Minister made a major mistake, and the Prime Minister should never find himself in that position.
Dr. Mitchell shared his perspective on GBN's To The Point program this morning. In the wake of a challenge from the opposition leader late last year, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell released as promised receipts showing separate sums of US $50,000 and US $90,000 were wired to the bank account of the New National Party's South St. George constituency office weeks before the June 23rd general elections by a Polish national who also paid US $100,000 $150,000 to the government of Grenada in exchange for a diplomatic appointment and diplomatic passport.
And we know that the cabinet conclusion that he quoted, he stated did not exist. So it is clear that his statement was false and extremely unfortunate. So he was asked to provide the cabinet conclusion. No, up to now he's done. And then it came with some diversionary tactics, providing receipts about how some money's $140,000 entered some account in the South constituency. Well, I'm not the member of the South constituency, and of course, I am not on top of any account in the South that no one does for every single constituency.
Dr. Mitchell says it's not unusual for political parties to receive financial donations during an election period.
If someone gave a donation to a constituent during an election period, the parties, the NNP party, the NDC party, receive millions of dollars of donation from different sources in and outside of the country. So what is a $140,000 donation? But the fact is that money was not meant for the cabinet, for the government of the country. And therefore the Prime Minister should do the most honorable thing. He should have apologized, but that's his problem. I say over and over, I have done it already. I've made mistakes. And I go publicly and apologize.
The opposition leader has also taken issue that Prime Minister Mitchell has not apologized for what he describes as a mistake made when he alluded to there being a cabinet conclusion outlining that the figure due to the Treasury was US $290,000.
When you're wrong, you're wrong. And since you are not God, it's expected that you would make mistakes and be humble enough to do so. All right. It's obvious the Prime Minister may not be humble enough. And I think maybe he has a problem with admitting a mistake. And I think this is going to haunt him, because you cannot and you must not make that kind of allegation against former members, against anybody, not forget about former members, against anybody. And when proven that you are wrong, you refuse to apologize. That is a fundamental problem.
Prime Minister Mitchell had announced that the Financial Investigations Unit, the Integrity Commission, and the Royal Grenada Police Force have all been roped into the investigations surrounding the sale of a diplomatic passport. To date, no updates have been presented to the public. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Now, owners of hair salons, nail shops, barber shops, and other businesses that fall under the beauty and wellness profession are at odds with the regulations that are set to be implemented in order for their businesses to operate on the island. More in this report.
On Monday, the National Training Agency, the Grenada National Accreditation Board, and the Allied Healthcare Professional Council met with beauty and healthcare providers to update them on the process of being certified, accredited, insured, and licensed in order to continue to operate on the island. The costs and procedures relating to these requirements did not sit well with the service providers, and as such, people found it necessary to speak up on the matter.
But I'm saying we are beseeching the government, the people involved, the board. We are beseeching you all to please look at this document again. Yes. You understand? And come through with something that everybody can be happy with. We are happy with the certification. Yes. You understand? It's something of proud for you to put your certificate in your relevant salon or whatever in display and say, well, you're qualifying this, you're qualified in that. But I'm saying that most people here are angry. Yes. It's like something being forced down your throat. Yes. Whether you like it or not, you take it. You understand? And the world doesn't work that way anymore. It's not like we're not appreciative of what they are trying to do, but you have to do it the right way.
Why this pressure is coming upon us? Because it's a pressure, and I heard you said that there's nothing you can do with that paper you have there. That is not true. Listen, everything make and anything could break. And listen,
We could sit down and we could put things on the table. The products going up sky high. My light bill forever in my home alone is $500 plus. So we're talking about at least I have to budget for $600 for my light bill at my home alone. I'm not talking at the shop. Go back to who, whether it's the Prime Minister, whether it's who helped, whether it's what. And I am serious about it because then a lot of people will be closing down and it's more problem in the country.
These new guidelines fall under Section 2, subsection 55 of the Health Practitioners Act. It is essential to bring the beauty and healthcare industry in Grenada to regional and international standards. Dr. Nicole Forth, chair of the Allied Healthcare Professional Council, explains.
That govern your practice. It's just that Grenada has been doing it wrong for so long that it starts to feel right. We are now getting abreast with international and regional standards so that you can provide the quality of care to the nation, and as a tourist destination, you don't want legal actions to come against you. This is a national requirement. We do understand that with changes and everything that is new, it's going to be a struggle.
With the meeting going sideways, officials at the head table advised the group to come together and form an organization that can be met with those in authority to air their concerns so that both parties can meet a common understanding.
Now, I would like to speak to the barbers and the hairdressers. If you guys could come together and form an association, have a little chairman, and then you say, okay, our association would like to meet with the GNTA to discuss X. We would like to meet with the Allied Health to discuss the fees, to discuss the procedures, the documents, whatever.
Business owners who fail to meet the requirements stipulated on Monday can be fined over $100,000 or spend time in prison. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
This is Network News live from the Grenadian capital. Still to come from us. Godfrey Simon pleads guilty to non-capital murder of his former lover, Sharon Williams. Stay with us.
Get ready to experience the ultimate Spice Mass launch 2023. On Friday, April 28th, the Stadium Car Park will be transformed into an electrifying arena of raw talent and energy. Starting at 5:30 p.m., you'll be blown away by the incredible lineup of artists set to grace the stage, including Boise, Terra the Governor, Lil Natty and Thunder, Lava Man, Looney Spark and Electrify, John King, Lil Kerry, Lil Jello, Dash, Crave, Mozo, Scala, and many more. But that's not all. Prepare to be amazed by the traditional mass, Moko Jumbies, Jab Jab, Short Knee, and Veko. Plus, your reigning Panorama champs, Co-op and Comancheros, will also be there to add to the excitement. And the best part, it's completely free. The Stadium Car Park is the place to be on Friday, April 28th. Get ready for an epic night that you'll never forget. Spice Mass, the evolution.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
This Mother's Day, give your mom the gift of music, love, and excitement with Sunshine Promotions Night of Love concert featuring the incredible Christopher Martin, Sanchez, and Vaughn. But that's not all. When you purchase your Night of Love ticket, you will automatically be entered into our Mother's Day sweepstakes. Win a Samsung Galaxy smartphone and more. Each week leading up to the event, we will be giving away fantastic prizes contributed by our event partners, including gift certificates, product vouchers, and service vouchers. And the best part, you can gift the prize to your amazing mother or keep it for yourself. But remember, you must have a Night of Love ticket to win. So what are you waiting for? Get your Night of Love ticket today and be automatically entered into our Mother's Day sweepstakes. Visit GoToFed.com or any island-wide ticket outlet to purchase your tickets now. Terms and conditions apply.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the event you've been waiting for. The event of the century. It's the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo. Sunday, May 7th from 5 p.m. Where? At the National Stadium. And this year you can win not one, not two, not even 3 or 4, but 5 Suzuki Swift Sports.
I don't think I heard that correctly. Tell me again slowly.
You can win 5 Suzuki Swift Sports.
Yeah! Wait, come back. That's not all. Plus $25,000 in cash.
No way.
Tickets are $60 for one or $100 for two.
This is crazy.
5 cars plus $25,000 in cash. This will definitely be the event of the century.
No, girl, that was yesterday. I can't believe how they said that. She didn't.
Mom, can you help me, please? I'm having some trouble understanding.
No, you serious?
Mom, can you help me, please?
So y'all sit down and say that? Okay then, bye. Here. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's ensure that you're well prepared for this exam.
Parents, you have a crucial role to play in helping to prepare your children for the CPEA exams. Help them or seek additional help so that they can revise the concepts they learn at school and give them a better chance to be successful and move on to the next phase of their lives. A message from the National Parenting Program, Ministry of Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs.
When I need shelter, warmth, security, I know you'll be there. Something in these moments lets me know you care. Maybe the way you shield me, maybe it's your smiles and the way you tell me it's okay to try. Now I'm invincible. I can back my sack. I can take the long road. 'Cause it's okay to look back if I am scared. I know you're there. Arise, together there's no limit to what we can do. Arise, with no wings, fly. Arise, and we're so high, enjoy the view.
This is Ariza, your financial freedom, your future.
Boyo, they gonna fly with kite now. The wind picking up. I'm coming. Karim, what you doing? Fly my kite. Yeah, but not here. You can't fly kite near power lines, boy. Why not? The wind good. Because mommy say kite threads conduct electricity.
Yeah, kite. It's right. If your kite gets stuck in power lines, it can cause power outages, or even worse, it can get shocked.
Come, let's go and fly them in the pasture.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think of Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
Rebecca Television Center Godfrey Simon has pleaded guilty to non-capital murder in connection with the death of his former lover, 48-year-old Sharon Williams. Williams's death by a former lover was the country's 6th homicide recorded in October last year. Nisha Paul reports.
Godfrey Simon, better known as Oos, was arraigned on a non-capital murder charge in connection with causing the death of Sharon Williams at the start of the new assizes at the St. George's No. 1 High Court on Monday. The 60-year-old laborer of Beaton St. David will be sentenced for the gruesome crime by High Court Judge Madame Justice Paula Guilford on July 23rd. Simon is being represented in the matter by Attorney Jerry Edwin, who explains the reasoning behind the swift handling of the case, which dates back to October last year.
The matter has moved quickly through the criminal justice system on account of a paper committal process, which replaces a preliminary inquiry. So once a defendant says, I will go through a paper committal, not an admission of guilt, but it's a process that allows the matter to move quickly through the magistrate's court.
Attorney Edwin disclosed his mitigating plans to rely on evidence to be accumulated in the psychiatric and other reports that have been requested by the court ahead of sentencing.
I believe that in this case, the psychological and psychiatric evidence would indicate that Mr. Simeon suffers some psychiatric impairment. So we will, in the first instance, rely on the psychiatric evidence. We'll also rely on the fact that he has pled guilty.
Williams, a mother of 6, was repeatedly beaten to her death with a plank just outside her home on October 31st last year, following a heated verbal argument with her now convicted killer earlier that morning. Her death came more than a decade after she ended a romantic relationship with her killer after he chopped and severed one of her hands. Simon had served a 7-year custodial sentence at the Richmond Hill prison for the offense of maiming and was released back into the Beaton community where the deceased lived with her family. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Meanwhile, the two men from St. David, 29-year-old Alvin Joseph and 25-year-old Prince Harry, who have been implicated on 7 charges of rape and robbery with violence, will also be sentenced on July 23. Here's what we can tell you. The incidents reportedly occurred in the community of Dudmar, St. David on New Year's Day. The arrest of the men brought the curtains down on investigations into an alleged crime spree in the parish of St. David. They have been represented in court by Attorney-at-Law Jerry Edwin, who had previously indicated to reporters that he does not plan to mount a defense in the case against the two men.
The charges range from burglary to rape of a male, rape of a female, robbery with violence. It was reported that they had imbibed crack cocaine, and it led to a devastating series of events. A man was raped. A woman was raped. Their house was broken into by these defendants. They committed the further offense of robbery with violence, in addition to the burglary and the two rapes.
According to Edwin, his clients are deeply remorseful. He explains the seriousness of the offenses.
The offense of rape, being the most serious, is a term of custody not exceeding 30 years. In effect, that's a life sentence. Within our criminal code, our criminal law, rape is treated as an extremely serious offense. And I believe in this case, the judge may impose a very strict sentence given the circumstances around the offenses. But let me
Alvin Joseph, who has been described as a laborer, is unknown to the court. However, Prince Harry, who is listed as unemployed, has a lengthy criminal record and had only been released from prison less than 2 months before committing the offenses. Child sexual abuse continues to be a bane in Grenada. The issue is being addressed again as the Child Protection Authority engages in a series of activities for Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month. Beverly Telesford has this report.
The alarming number of child sexual abuse cases continues to be a scourge in Grenada and stands at the center of this year's Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month activities. During the month of April, dubbed internationally as the Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month, the relevant authorities seek to create awareness on the importance of families and communities working together to prevent child abuse and neglect. Blossom Alexis Welsh, Corporate Communications Officer at the Grenada Child Protection Authority, says, the authority has a number of activities planned to create awareness about child abuse throughout the month.
This month we have scheduled a number of visits to some of our schools. We also have scheduled, which we have to confirm the date for, we want to plan a session in the city, part of the city, bring the message to members of the public instead of waiting for them to get to us. And that session, we're going to do it on a Friday afternoon in the city of St. George and spread and continue to share the message with members of the public. We are collaborating with the GNCRC on that initiative to ensure we have maximum reach and maximum material that we can share with members of the public. Another thing that we have planned, which is going to show national support. This Friday, God willing, we have dubbed it Wear a Blue Friday, which is why I'm wearing the blue this morning to help raise awareness of that day. This day, we're asking members of the public to wear shades of blue, any blue that you may have, to show your support for child abuse awareness and prevention.
Alexis Welch says child sexual abuse continues to record the most disturbing numbers among child abuse cases.
Child sexual abuse continues to be the most prevalent form of child abuse. In 2018, we recorded 203 cases of child sexual abuse. In 2019, it was 140 cases. 2020, the year when we were really buckling down with COVID-19 regulations and lockdown, we recorded 156 cases of child sexual abuse. 2021, there were 86 reported cases of child sexual abuse, and in 2022, there were 152 reported cases of child sexual abuse. And I stress here reported because there are still a number of cases that have not been brought to the attention of the Child Protection Authority for various reasons.
Child physical abuse, she says, closely follows.
Second on the list of prevalence would be child physical abuse. We still have people who are in the name of discipline and some who are just malicious. We still have physical abuse being one of the prevalent issues. In 2018, we recorded 107. 2019, 110 cases of physical abuse. In 2020, it was 76 cases. In 2021, we recorded 41 cases. And in 2022, we recorded 108 cases of child physical abuse. A lot of times, parents would say, I was just disciplining my child or children, but there is a thin line between discipline and abuse. And a number of times we as parents, we cross that line.
Building together, prevention in partnership is this year's prevention theme for Child Abuse Prevention Month. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
All right. Well, some say double can be trouble, but in this case, it simply means the more the merrier. It's time to take a peek into the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
There is a saying that good things come in pairs. The fruits in tonight's eyesore took the saying a little too literal. Featured is a conjoined French cashew and a conjoined cross-pollinated mango. A citizen journalist in Montparnasse, St. George picked the French cashew. The hybrid mango featured is a cross between a Shebo and Ceylon mango and was captured by a different eyesore reporter. Although this cross-pollination of fruit is usually done artificially, this also occurs naturally, as in this case. We thank both our citizen journalists for their timely submissions, as the usual seasons for both fruits have started rolling in. Continue to keep us in the know via your submissions to our WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Still ahead from us, former private sector representative in the Senate, Christopher Diali, shares his views on the semi-monthly payment system adopted by government. We'll talk about that.
Hello, I am Pettifer Lewis, the Executive Director of the Grenada Chamber of Industry and Commerce, representing the private sector. From where I sit, I can see how volatile both the local, regional, and international economies can be as a result of financial shocks, pandemics, natural disasters, among others. Having the NIS Unemployment Benefit Program is certainly a step in the right direction. This will help to alleviate the burden that arises from unemployment. Remember that people who are employed not just support themselves, but support family members as well. The NIS Unemployment Benefit Program will play a very important role in assisting our citizens to mitigate hardships while keeping the local economy stimulated during future challenges like these. This is a very good program, very good initiative, and I support it.
Keriku Maroon and String Band Music Festival, Friday, April 28th to Sunday the 30th. 3 days of intense and rich cultural diversity on display. Day 1, Friday, April 28th, Piano Village, 6 a.m. The opening rituals, wetting of the ground and blowing the shell. 3 p.m. sharing of the smoked food, Saraka style, into the Flambeau Parade and official opening ceremony. Day 2, Saturday from 11 a.m. Strings in the City, downtown Hillsborough transforms with the sweetness of live string band music. Then at 7:30 p.m. we all journey to the Botanical Gardens for cultural explosion, and the night ends with a stirring performance from Sabrina Francis and Solid the Band. Sunday, April 30th, day Sunday's party night. It's all about the bands. From 4 p.m. at Paradise Beach, come see performances from cultural groups and Kiriku's live bands. It's a long weekend, so we're gonna make it an all-nighter. Saturday tickets cost $40. Sunday tickets cost $20. Groups of 10 pays a special price, $50. Kirikou Maroon and String Band Music Festival. Let's celebrate our traditions and culture. They fortify us against adversities.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector.
It's the 4th edition of Hubbard's Live Free for 1 year promotion. Cuatro Punto Cero. It's unbelievably amazing. You can win free fuel, free drinks, cash prizes, free property and vehicular insurance, free cable, TV and internet, free electricity, free coke, free water, free cooking gas, free paint supplies, free passes to Sunshine Promotion events for 2023, free groceries, all for 1 whole year. And every winner receives a lunch package. Be sure to fill out the entry forms and enter it into the marked entry boxes at all Hubbard's departments and at participating outlets. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2023. Draws will be held every 2 weeks. Terms and conditions apply.
High impact doors and windows can be yours. Now available at Caribbean Shutters Windows and Doors. Agents for Domus Windows and Doors. Get custom-made UPVC products with a 20-year warranty on frames and a 5-year warranty on hardware, complete with installation and so much more. Visit our showroom at 11 Frequente Industrial Park, St. George, or call 439-1293, or visit our website at www.domuswindows.com.
And so it begins, a journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and regional cricket tournaments. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes, when you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
The former private sector representative in the Senate believes that the gains from the semi-monthly payments to public officers would be short-lived. Christopher Diali is not expecting the initiative, which began on April 15, to have a bumper impact on economic activity.
Economic activity in this sense would be meaning that more people will be spending more money, buying more goods and services because they're getting paid more frequently, and that is the assumption. However, the counter to that is the sense that you're not getting more money. It's the same salary. So if you had $1,000 a month, you're getting $500 first half, and the second half is supposed to get $500. But when you take out deductions, one will have more than the next. So you may be led into a false sense that you have more money in your hands to spend when you look at your commitments in terms of expenses for the month. At the end of the day, you don't have more money to spend. You have the same amount of money to spend. You just have to manage it differently.
That was former private sector representative in the Senate, Christopher Diali. Diali is the managing director of Sissons Paints Limited, which has been paying salaries fortnightly to its employees for over 10 years.
We pay our staff on the 15th and every 25th of the month. So that has been working for us many, many years now. A lot of us are on the fortnightly stream, probably less the smaller businesses. So I don't see the bump that will happen when we get public servants, police officers, nurses, and so on this, and to see that we're going to get extra economic activity because we're paying now twice per month. It may have for the first month or two, but then people will be pulled back into reality quickly when they understand that all the deductions have to come out still from their salary, whether it is up in the front or down in the back.
He explains that fortnightly payments will extend within the private sector only if businesses can afford it.
The Prime Minister and the Ministry of Finance would want this extended more widely in the private sector. For smaller businesses, the issue is a cash flow management. Most businesses, based on their cycle of receiving money from their creditors, from the debtors, and through cash, is whether or not they have enough monies to facilitate payments every 2 weeks in a month or so. And if not, then they will have to continue doing monthly. So it's really a cash flow issue for them, and if they could afford to do it every 2 weeks versus once per month.
The government of Grenada began bi-monthly payments of personal emoluments and pensions to its employees and pensioners from April 15. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
We invite you to stay with us. The sports news is next, followed by Around the Globe.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Sisson's WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
Sporting fans, good evening. Grenada is yet to secure a win in any of the events in the 2023 Alba Games in Venezuela. The 24 athletes who left Grenada on April 17 to participate in the Alba Games competed in boxing, volleyball and table tennis at the 5th edition of the Games.
And after 4 days of competitions in the 5th edition of Alba Games, Venezuela so far led the medals list with 82 golds, 90 silvers and 67 bronze. Cuba is second by nations with 29 gold, 15 silvers and 13 bronze, while Nicaragua accumulated 5 golds, 13 silvers and 37 bronze as third place. Swimming, skating and campo are the sports in which the hosts have been winning the most medals. Out of the 36 finals stage in 3 aquatic days in the Alba swimming pool, the Venezuelans won 21, while in campo they won all the 15 titles in dispute. In skating, they also had a perfect performance of 12 out of 12, while the Venezuelan anthem was also heard 13 times in the Taekwondo competition concluded on Monday.
All right, so over 3,500 athletes from 11 countries are participating in the event. Cuba, Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and St. Lucia are among the other Caribbean countries taking part. The Bolivarian Alliance for the Peoples of America, ALBA, was founded on December 14, 2004 by the late Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez and late Cuban President Fidel Castro. In Game 1 of the Dream 11 Spice Isle T20, which bowled off today at the National Cricket Stadium, Clove Challengers got the better of Cinnamon Pacers. Clove Challengers won the match by 16 runs. Batting first was Bayleaf Blasters. They were 96 for 6 after 10 overs. Clove Challengers responded with 107 for 5 from 10 overs. The tournament is now into its 3rd season and runs until May 9. The semi-finals of the Idle City Football Tournament took place today at the River Sally playing field. In the Under-17 semi-final, Paradise FC International came up against Mali, and Young Guns faced Dream Team in the seniors semi-final. We can tell you too the results of the matches will be given in a later sportscast. In Thursday's semi-final matches, Eagles Super Strikers will face Tivoli Lions in the Under-17 semi-final, and Paradise FC International will take on Sally Rebels from 7:30 p.m. in the senior semi-final. Well, the match schedule for the upcoming men's A-Team series in Bangladesh was announced by Cricket West Indies and the Bangladesh Cricket Board. The West Indies A-Team will play 3 4-day test matches. Here's more in this report.
Cricket West Indies and the Bangladesh Cricket Board today announced the match schedule for the upcoming men's A-Team series in Bangladesh. The West Indies A-Team will arrive on May 11, play 3 4-day test matches at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. These matches will have a full first-class status. This will be the second West Indies men's A-Team series since 2020, when COVID-19 caused major disruptions. Roland Holder, CWI's manager of cricket operations, reiterated that the series will provide exposure for several players and noted it was a significant part of CWI's commitment to continually develop talent and prepare them for the demands of international cricket.
All right, that's the sports news. for now. Singer, actor, and civil rights activist Harry Belafonte has died at the age of 96. NBC News looks back at Belafonte's life and legacy.
His voice made Harry Belafonte famous, but growing up in Harlem in Jamaica, his mother taught him to use it to do more than entertain.
She would say to me, never go to bed at night knowing that you have spent a day in which you have done nothing to try to change injustice.
And Belafonte started fighting early, joining the Navy at 17 to serve in the Pacific during World War II. After the war, he sang in clubs before receiving a Tony Award for his 1953 Broadway debut. Next came success in Hollywood, including an Academy Award nomination for Carmen Jones. His career was one of firsts, the first African American to win an Emmy.
Down the way where the nights are gay and
his album Calypso became the first to sell 1 million copies. Through it all, Belafonte made his voice heard. A friend and confidant of Martin Luther King, Belafonte marshaled celebrities to the cause of civil rights.
No one can deny the fact that art and culture played a huge role in how human minds and hearts were opened and touched.
At King's funeral, he shed tears beside King's widow.
I roamed the streets, leaderless.
Belafonte spent his life on the front lines, protesting apartheid, calling for a ban on nuclear weapons. To fight famine in Africa, Harry Belafonte once again gathered celebrities to raise awareness and more than $60 million. In 1994, Bill Clinton awarded Belafonte the National Medal of Arts. Belafonte spent more than 25 years as a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador and dedicated his later years to inspiring a new generation of artist activists.
We still have wars, we still have poverty. As long as these things exist, there's always going to be something to do. But that cannot distract from the fact that we're on the way.
A way paved in part by a man and his music.
Daylight come and we won't go home.
Rahima Ellis, NBC News.
Harry Belafonte, this other story to report: a civil trial in a lawsuit accusing former U.S. President Donald Trump of raping advice columnist and author E. Jean Carroll in the 1990s was expected to begin jury selection on Tuesday. Trump cannot end up in any prison, but the lawsuit will put his controversial history with women under a microscope just in time for his 2024 re-election campaign. More in this report.
As former President Donald Trump runs for re-election, his attorneys are preparing for another legal battle. Former Elle magazine writer E. Jean Carroll alleges Trump raped her in the mid-90s in a New York department store dressing room. She never reported the alleged assault to police and first shared her story with the public in her 2019 autobiography. By then, it was too late for a criminal investigation, but a New York state law allowed Carroll to file a civil lawsuit.
I'm filing this lawsuit not just for myself, but for every woman in America who's been grabbed, groped, harassed, sexually assaulted.
Trump has repeatedly denied the allegations. He called Carroll's claim a hoax and a lie used to promote her book and said, quote, "She's not my type." More than a dozen women have accused Trump of sexual assault or harassment. He denies all the allegations, and none of those claims have gone to trial until today.
None of these cases have ever been able to really find him liable, let alone guilty.
CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman says Carroll could win because of the lower burden of proof in civil cases.
E. Jean Carroll, by filing a civil case, only has to satisfy these jurors that it is more likely than not that by a preponderance of the evidence that Donald Trump committed this sexual assault.
If Trump is found liable, he will have to pay damages to Carroll based on the trauma that jurors believed she suffered. Now, in another legal fight, this one in Georgia, we've learned the Fulton County DA will reveal this summer whether Trump or his allies will face criminal charges related to alleged election interference in 2020.
A reminder of the headlines when we return. This is the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Reminder of the headlines. Godfrey Simon pleads guilty to non-capital murder of his former lover, Sharon Williams. Opposition leader Dr. Keith Mitchell says he's still awaiting for his namesake's apology. Spice Mass Corporation calls on stakeholders to contribute to Spice Mass as everyone benefits from this multi-million-dollar festival. Regionally, Harry Belafonte, singer, actor, and activist, dies at the age of 96. Internationally, former U.S. President Donald Trump faces E. Jean Carroll's rape suit amid several possible legal troubles. Plus, in the sports news, Grenada fails to secure win in the 2023 Alba Games underway in Venezuela. I'm Kenroy. That's all from us in the GBN newsroom for the time being. Thank you for having chosen the broadcast. We'll see you soon. Good night.